Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is the 16th. Today is Tuesday, the 16th of March, and it's a Tuesday here in the States, or you could be looking at Wednesday and the 17th in Australia and New Zealand. Today, the moon shifts from Aries into Taurus. It feels good for that Taurus moon to sort of land after the very active, not necessarily aggressive, but assertive moon in Aries. We are looking to perhaps stabilize somewhat. Of course, at the end of the day, the moon does make a conjunction to Uranus, so there's always that Uranian flavor to the Taurus now, which requires us to look at things in a very different way. We have a sextile between the Sun and Pluto. Pluto, of course, in Capricorn, the Sun in Pisces. I listened to a very interesting video this morning by somebody called Kim Iverson. Some of you may know her, some of you may not. She is on YouTube. And she was talking about the situation down at the border. Now, this is not a political conversation. It's just I'm using this as an example. There is a doubling of the amount of people at the border now that was from the Trump administration, and the Trump administration was a doubling from the Obama administration. And so there's a real crisis down at the border that we cannot ignore, right? Part of the reason, or probably the reason for the crisis at the border, is due to the destabilization of the countries that Honduras, Guatemala, there was another country, maybe Nicaragua, I'm not sure. I don't think she mentioned Nicaragua. But something called the Northern Triangle countries. And part of it was we destabilized their governments because their governments were moving in the direction of socialism. And then we helped to prop up these petty dictators and aristocrats, et cetera, et cetera. It's an old story. I guess it has to do with like the banana republics of the 50s. But now these people are desperately poor and desperate to give their children a better life. The countries that they're coming from are completely in chaos, war-torn, et cetera, et cetera. So I bring this up because part of the reason that we're in this situation is because of a misuse of power, both on the governmental level and then the level of these companies that came in and took the resources of the area but didn't take care of the people. So the only reason I want to bring this up, because this is not a political thing, is to point out these are the kind of things that we need to talk about. These are the kind of things we need to do to solve the issues. We need to have a different relationship with with other countries, with poorer countries. We need to have a different relationship within our own country. We need to start putting people and the lives of people as a priority, as opposed to how much money a family or a person has, or perhaps maybe even a country has. So, the Sun's in Pisces and Pluto in Capricorn can be an abuse of power. So these are the kind of things that we need to discuss. We need to discuss the solutions, and these solutions are not going to be, one administration solutions. These have to be long-term things, and we have to start thinking in long terms. We have to start thinking about 7 generations ahead. So this is the kind of stuff that is worth exploring. And it doesn't have to be about the Northern Triangle in Central America. It could be about your own life. It could be about the life of where you live, your city, your state. In some cases, your country. If you're, if you're coming from outside of the U.S. Well, certainly we have to deal with stuff like that. But that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the energy I'm talking about today. So compassion is the way forward. It's not about giving away the farm, but it's about helping those who need help. And quite frankly, we've been the bully on the block for a long time. And the Trump administration was us kind of getting bullied by ourselves, in a way, by a portion of ourselves. So we don't like it. They don't like it. And it's time to do things differently. We're more evolved, right? This is a world. We're in a world that we have to share and not dominate. So that's what I want to say about this morning. So sorry about the political rant. She just got me all like riled up in a good way, Stuff I knew, but I like the way she puts everything together. So if you have an opportunity to check her out. There are a lot of ads on her thing, but if you can deal with that, she's got a lot of good information. All right, guys, let's see. What else do I want to say? Personally, for us, it is a time to open the lines of communication, especially about abuses of power, but also about compassion. How are we going to help one another? How are we going to help ourselves in the situations that we find ourselves in? We are starting to open up here a little bit more. People are feeling more hopeful, and I think that's really good. Our imagination is very strong this week. And so utilize it to the best of your ability, utilizing that imagination to see things that are going to improve your life and the lives of others. And then letting the universe sort of fill in some of the details. We don't always know all the details. And when we feel like we know all the details, always leave a little space for the universe to fill in something even better. All right, guys, much love. Sorry about the political stuff. It was just a really good example of an aspect today, and I think we have to do that, or I have to do that, or I would feel remiss if I didn't bring it up. And this is my video, so. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's see if there's a little chickadee. See, I'm too close to the feeder for you to really see all the birds, but they are talking to me, and they need some more feed. So I'm going to get more seed for the birds. All right, guys, take care.